In the last 2 years, I have analyzed over 116 different funnels, making anywhere between $200,000 a month all the way up to $3 million a month. And in today's video, I'll tell you the most important lessons that I've learned in the last 2 years analyzing these businesses for coaches, consultants, and info offers. Because the thing is, in 2026, the game has completely changed. The content strategies that used to work before are not working. Because if you still have a Lambo and penthouse in your background and you want to sell a coaching program, bro, you are cooked. No one can save you. And the marketing funnels that used to work before are not working right now. So the game will completely changed. And each point I'll share today is in extreme detail so you can apply it in your info coaching consulting business today. And the lessons that I'll share with you are either taken from my own experience, my own business, my client's business, or it's either taken from a business that I've analyzed making over 6 figures a month. And if you want my help to start or scale your info coaching consulting business, you can click on the first link in description and you can book a one-to-one call directly with me. So let's start with the most important lesson. Lesson number one, which is always start with market research. You can either do it paid, you can either do it free. So I'll tell you how to do both. The thing is, market research is the basic foundation of your business. That's the base on which your entire coaching business, info business is built upon. So your marketing strategy, your funnels, your content comes above the research that you did on your ideal client. So the thing is, when you have an actually good research, you have in-depth data about who's your ICP, what they want, what they don't want, what their pain points, their fears, their motivations, all the things, right? And if you have all the things, you can make way better offer compared to when you have nothing, right? So way better offer always leads to the best businesses in the market. So here's an example of how we did it for one of our clients. So he has 35K followers on LinkedIn. Now for you, I always recommend you do it on Instagram, because on Instagram, you can see who reacted to the post, who replied to your stories and things like that. So you can actually reach out to the people because we want to have conversations with them, right? So we did something like that, a hook that, hey, I'm building something and I just want to ask you some questions. So what you want to do here is you just put out a poll on Instagram stories and you directly reach out to people who reacted on the poll, right? It can be a question about, hey, I am trying to know my audience better, who you are. So option A, so let's say you are a fitness coach. There are lots of type of people who can follow you, right? First type of people can be skinny people who want to get jagged. Second type of audience is, let's say, people who want to do fat loss. And third type of audience are actually fitness coaches who want to be like you because you are making way more money than them, right? So you want to understand who you want to sell to. So you directly reach out to people because this is the highest quality of audience that you can get. So let's say you have 50,000 followers. If 5,000 people reacted to the poll or your story, these are the best quality of people, right? So you can find out who exactly do you need to sell to. And these people, they watch you regularly. So you can have the highest chances of having a chat with them, right? So we did run this poll and then we reach out to every single person that reacted to the poll. So it was, I guess, around 700, 800 people. So start reaching out to people. Once you have the poll, once you have the data of who reacted to the poll, start reaching out to people. And the opening message can be as simple as, hey bro, I saw you voted on the poll, you want to start an agency. So let's say you want to help people start an agency or start a coaching business, scale a coaching business. You can do the opener and you notice the conversation flows so naturally because they've already reacted to something before. So it's not like you are completely doing a cold outreach campaign. And then you can do something like, hey, so I want to building an offer for you guys that will help you. You open to some questions, or can I ask you some questions? Once you have the permission, you start asking questions. What are their goals? What are the roadblocks they are facing that are hindering the goals that they want to achieve? What is the time frame, ideal time frame they want to achieve the goals in? What they've already tried, why they failed, why they started, things like that. So you can understand what are their pain points, their desires, and most importantly, their current situation and their desired situation, because you want to fill that gap with your offer, right? You start asking questions and then they reply to your questions. And if they seem too excited, so in the market research, whenever you are having a conversation, you can literally tell that, hey, this guy is too excited about the questions and he's too optimistic about it. So you can book a call if they seem too excited and have questions in detail, right? Because on call you can ask second order questions. So if they want XYZ, why they want XYZ, what are the effects on their life of achieving that XYZ goal, right? Things like that. So the goal here in the market research is to have at least 30 to 50 chats with your ideal clients and 10 to 15 calls with your ideal client profile, right? So inside the calls, as I told you, you can ask second order questions. And the most important thing that you need to do is do not forget to record these calls. And what you want to look for is look for patterns. Because if 30 people have 30 different goals, you can't help them. But after having conversations with 30 to 50 people, you will start noticing patterns. Okay, so out of those 50 people, 30 people have the same goal. So now you know what is the dream outcome your audience want to achieve from your offer, right? So take all those recordings, all those screenshots of the chats, and give it to Claude and paste this prompt. And throughout this video, I'll have multiple prompts of AI and any other resources, VSL scripts and all. If you want any of these, my Instagram is linked below. All you have to do is just DM me on Instagram and I'll send you every resource that you need. Okay. You give Claude this prompt and it gives you the customer verticals, the dreamland, the problem, the desired situation, what is the actual gap, the USP, reasons to believe, features and benefits, all the things that you need to build your offer. So that's how you do a market research. And once you do the market research, now you have more than a million different marketing angles that you can hit it with the content. So you can talk directly with your exact avatar who will buy your offer in the coming time, and you can create content that converts by leveraging their pain points. So if let's say, for example, if you are selling a trading mentorship and your audience, you find out after talking to your audience that the main problem is risk to reward ratio, they cannot manage it. So you can make a 60-minute long YouTube video about it and explain your entire strategy in detail. So that is the best piece of content that you put out there, because it directly talks to the pain points of your audience, right? So you see the benefits of doing this research. Obviously it will take some time, but it's worth doing, right? And then you can make 8-figure sales asset, because now your VSLs, your case studies, your ads, you literally know what you need to say inside these. And that's how you become the class of one, because now you know your audience in extreme detail. You can literally talk to them in your content, in your marketing, in your messaging, your positioning, every single thing, right? And what if you have no audience? What if you are just starting out? For that, we also have a solution. If you have no audience, just open Claude and turn the extended thinking mode on, research mode on, and a web search mode on. So turn these options on. And these are the two prompts. So first give it this prompt, just type out the product description, the coaching program, the mentorship, just write out the description. And after that, this is the prompt 2. So once you give it the prompt 2, it will give out all the things that we have researched here. But if you have an audience, I highly recommend you do it with your audience. Do not skip it. As I told you, it's way more than worth doing, right? And once you have it, it's the Claude's thesis. So to confirm it, all you have to do is give it prompt number 3. So you want to copy your competitors' ads, their VSL transcripts, and their sales assets, so it can run a competitor analysis and prove the data and the research that Claude did, right? So that's how you do the perfect market research with AI. So this is the most important thing. After that comes the offer, content strategies, and stuff like this. So do the market research if you haven't done it. If you are struggling to find your offer, find your marketing product market fit, just do a market research. After that, lesson number 2 I've learned is the simplest funnels makes the most amount of money. And I've seen it countless times. It's not the most beautiful landing page. It's not the most complicated funnels. It's not the 3-step order bump up and those Russell Brunson type of strategies. No, it's always the simple funnels that makes the most amount of money. And I've learned this from William Brown. Now, if you take a look at his content, this guy posts the most low effort content. And I do not mean in the terms of value, I mean it in terms of production. You can see thumbnail, it's just a screenshot from the video. And what he's doing inside the video is he have this cup of coffee and he's just explaining some concepts to his audience. That's it. No editing at all, just some cuts for mistakes. And that's it. His titles are really weird if you look at them. So how I brainwashed myself to become successful and how to make 10K a month part-time. There's nothing special in these titles. They are pretty basic, right? But still, William Brown is currently doing $500,000 to $600,000 every single month only from YouTube. And his only funnel he's running on YouTube is he posts YouTube videos once a week, twice a week. And in the description, it's the same description on every single video. He has these 2 links. So you can either directly work with him or you can buy his book, right? So if you want to work with him, what he has to offer is the simple landing page. And on this landing page, just look at the headline. Here's how I might be able to help you. He's not sounding needy that, hey, here's the exact 9-step system that I used. No, here's how I might be able to help you. If you want, you can. If you don't, I don't care, right? So this 10-minute VSL where he's not trying to sell you anything emotionally, he's literally explaining the results and his process. That's it. No complication at all, right? And just look at the landing page, how basic it is. So book a call and then this weird type of animation, like those default animation when we try to build any website. So here how we can build, grow, and help you exit your business, and how he will do it by using his 4-step system, right? Once you are convinced, you book a call. You do book a call if you want to. If you don't, then it's all up to you, right? But one thing it does is if you try to click off his page, he try to insist you to follow him on Instagram. So William Brown, follow him on Instagram so you can be a part of his ecosystem, right? That is just his entire funnel. And same thing with Neuro Knowledge. He's running the same thing. You just have a simple landing page, book a call, and that's it. If you are qualified, you can buy his program. If you are not, then you simply can't. So instead of making the funnel too complicated, most of the efforts you should do is either in your content or either in ads if you are running, because content is the biggest lever you can pull. It's not changing your headline, it's not changing your VSL script. The best lever you can pull if you are running it to an organic audience is simply changing your content. Your content does 80% of the selling, right? It's not your landing page, it's not your confirmation page, it's none of them. It's just your content, how better it is, how much value you give out to your audience, and how much trust you have with your audience, right? So instead of trying to get the perfect funnel, still you want improvement, you want the perfect headline and all, but I just want to tell you, you want to have priorities. So content will be the number one priority, then you have other things. So do not try to overcomplicate anything. It's not that complicated. And after that, the lesson number 3 that I've learned is YouTube is the printing machine. You can look up to any guy who is doing over $1 million a month. Even Hormozi, who did a 9-figure launch of his book in 72 hours, he made $105 million. YouTube is the common machine. YouTube is the thing that helped Hormozi do his 9-figure launch. YouTube is the thing that helped Charlie Morgan made $40 million. TJR is doing $1 million a month. Press Skills is also doing $1 million a month, all because of YouTube. And they are all in on YouTube. Hormozi posts even 3 to 4 times a week on YouTube. Charlie Morgan is consistent. TJR, Press Skills, they all know that YouTube is the thing that will print them. And one of the best things on YouTube is you can repurpose its content everywhere, literally. On Instagram, you can have clips. On LinkedIn, you can have clips. On Spotify, you can just turn it into a podcast. On X, you can have an AI just pull out the most important part of the video and clip it into hundreds of tweets throughout the day, right? Because YouTube is the thing, when you can start, it will be your only client acquisition system. And once you hit $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, and you can do it with YouTube, by the way, there's no problem with it at all. You don't need to add any other acquisition channel. And let's say you want to scale to $1 million months, $2 million, $5 million months like Hormozi, it becomes your main acquisition channel and makes the sales process buttery smooth for all the other marketing channels that you have. So for example, let's say you are running ads. YouTube will make your ROAS 10 times better if you have organic content. As I told you, it makes your sales process buttery smooth because of this rule 7-11-4. So if anyone want to buy from you, they have to consume at least 10 hours of your content. Now, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's even more, but for an average, it's around 7 hours of your content. Now, on any other platform like Instagram, like Twitter, like LinkedIn, they simply cannot consume 10 hours of your content, right? It will take them years to consume 10 hours of your Instagram reel or to read 7 hours worth of your tweets, right? On YouTube, you post a 2-hour video and it's done. 50% of the nurturing is done. So that's why YouTube is the best platform out there. And the more they consume before the call, the easier the close will be. The more content that you feed them before the actual closing call, before the actual webinar, before the actual sales call, the easier the close will be for your sales team, for yourself, if you are running it yourself. So all you want to do is increase your watch time and the trust meter will always go up automatically. Because let's say they watch a YouTube video for the first time. They don't know who the hell are you. They don't trust you. They don't believe you are a legit person who can help them. And once they start consuming your content again and again and again, they get to a point where they'll be like, hey, bro, just take my money. I know you can help me. And that's it. So that's the trust meter. The next lesson number 4 is followers doesn't matter. All you want to do is make useful content. Now, this is a big claim, but let me tell you what happened in the past year or so. The shift that has changed everything. So from the past year, I hope you are already seeing this on your YouTube feed also. And if you are a new viewer of this channel, that shift literally pushed you to watch this YouTube video. So that's just crazy, right? Year 2 year ago, what happened is people with have big channels and they have crazy productions and they can produce the most polished YouTube videos are getting all the views, are getting all the attentions. And business owners who starting their journey, sharing the value, that channel are not growing that well. But what happened is from social media, we are now in the era of interest media. So whatever you are interested in, the algorithms have become so damn good, it will only serve what you are interested in. Not the biggest channels out there, not Mr. Beast, not Ryan Trahan. All they want to do is keep you hooked onto the platform. So whatever you are interested in, they will recommend you again and again and again. So this is the shift that has happened. Because of that shift, you notice videos like this pop up on your feed. So this guy literally has 5,000 subscribers and his video got 44,000 views. This guy right here, I guess he grew to 0 to 100k subscribers within 6 months. He just blew up within just 6 months because he was making videos that most of the people finds interesting. So for example, how to become unrecognizable in 180 days, full blueprint, 600,000 views. Videos like this, really raw videos that has nothing to do with the algorithm optimizing. They didn't have the perfect thumbnails, they didn't have the perfect titles, but what they have is interesting ideas, right? So this is the best time to be a coach or consultant on YouTube because YouTube will do all the heavy lifting for you. That's why I'm insisting you to use YouTube more. If you are already posting, just pump out the volume, post twice a week, post 3 times a week. And all you have to do, guys, is just make content for your ICP, because I know for a fact from this video, I'll book more than 20 sales call for qualified people who want to work with me, who are either a coach or consultant, who want to buy my offer. And how I'm able to do that is because I'm making content for my ideal client profile. I'm solving their problems. So content like this, info is broken, here's how to crack it. I literally shared the strategies that I was using at the time for my clients. Then my YouTube system, I broke down my exact YouTube blueprint that I'm using, my clients were using. So I am posting out valuable content for my ICP. It builds the trust in their mind because YouTube is doing the heavy lifting for me. Yeah, you can see this video right now is at 10,000 views. And when I posted this, I have 100 subscribers. So the shift is just crazy. As I told you, this is the best time to be a coach or consultant on YouTube. So start making useful content for your ICP. Now, lesson number 5, you need to change your offer because guarantees are scam. Results is the new promise. So what happened from in the info market in the last 5-6 years is, let's say this is your prospect, right? So let's call it ICP1. So what happened is he has probably bought 4 to 5 different offers for his problem. So let's say you are a coach, right? And you want to work with me. What happened to you is from the past 3-4 years, you are trying to grow your business. Now, let's say probably you have grown to 20, 30, or even $50,000 a month. But what happened in doing so, you bought 5-6 different offers. You have gone through every single funnel. Most of the time, people do not fulfill the crazy guarantees that they have. You will make $100,000, or I will give you money back, or I will give you $5,000 to waste your time, blah 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 blah. So your market, your niche is completely burned out. What they've done is they bought the offer one, the guarantees didn't work out, they didn't fulfill. Offer number 2, same thing. Offer number 3, 4, same thing, and offer number 4, same damn thing. Guarantees didn't mean nothing. So what they did, they associated guarantees or promise to bad products. Okay, so if this guy have a crazy guarantee, his program, his offer, his services are probably bad. That's why he need to offer this crazy guarantee, right? So all you want to do is have your proof, your client results, your case studies, your social proof everywhere on your socials and promote it like your life depends on it. Make daily stories, post daily reels about the client results, highlight moments, your reaction when client hit a record number. And I'm talking about my niche. So if let's say you are in fitness or you are in relationship coaching, you know what I'm saying. You have to distribute proof everywhere on social media, right? Your Instagram, your YouTube, your landing pages, every single place, right? On YouTube, you just fill out your YouTube channel with video case studies. On Instagram, you have Instagram highlights, tons and tons of highlights. Clients 1, clients 2, clients 3, results, etc. Stories every single week, 3 to 4 times a week, talking about clients. And then Instagram reels every win moment. So let's say you and your client hit a record month, or let's say you are a fitness coach, you help your client lose 5 kgs within a single month. You call your client and record the reaction and you post a reel about it. So by doing this, what is happening is you are increasing your conviction. So the thing is, when you share these moments, your ICP, first of all, it evokes the emotion that, okay, hey, I can get results. And you are increasing conviction in your offer. Okay, that guy is amazing, I want to work with them. So that's why the new consulting businesses, new coaching businesses, or new info businesses, what they are doing is they are maximize the results, not the guarantees. They don't, some of them don't have any guarantees and they are still making $200,000 a month without any guarantee. Because I've told you, a guarantee means scam. So results is the new promise. Show the results, don't promise anything. Your offer will do way better. Now, lesson number 6, messaging is way more important. The messaging your content is giving is way more important than the actual content, right? So for example, if you post a video like this, life after you and your friends got rich, buying a Lambo at 18, buying a Lambo at 13, what this is going to do, this will attract broke people because this is what they think success looks like. So if you are posting flexing lifestyle vlogs, you are going to attract broke people. If you are making videos like Hormozi, how to get customers to stay forever, you are attracting business owners. If you are making videos step by step, you are attracting a ton of beginners because they crave direction. Business owner craves value. And flexing is a red flag now. If you are really serious, you want to help people out in their current situation. So what do you have to do instead of flexing your Lamborghini, your penthouse? There is nothing wrong with it. Like, you can still have those luxury cars and all, but instead the better strategy is be a likable person, have a unique perspective, and tell your story. That's how people buy into you, not because of your lifestyle, but because of who you are. Right? What's your story? What are your beliefs? What are your worldviews? So prospects are buying you, not your coaching, because information is literally everywhere in 2026. I can go into Claude, give it some data about my business, and ask any questions that I want, and probably I'll get 80% of the information that I can have by paying a coach, right? But what people are doing is they are buying you, not your coaching. So the thing is, there are three stages. First of all, they have to know you. Then once they consume enough content, they start liking you. And once you show them the results and case studies, the social proof you have, they start trusting you. So this is a stage, and you need to make content for every single stage, right? Because the thing is, people buy with emotion and justifies it with logic. So emotion, how you tackle this, how you generate emotion in your ideal clients. What you do is you post lifestyle content. You post your day in the life as a fitness coach or day in the life as a profitable trader. And instead of flexing, you are telling your personal beliefs, your values, your results that you are getting, instead of flexing your Lamborghini or your Ferrari, right? You are telling the morning routines. You are going to the gym. You are having meals with your friends. You are talking about life. You are talking about, mindset advices, mindset videos. You are talking about your raw personal stories, your rock bottom, the shift that changed everything. So these are the things that will generate emotion in your ideal clients and will make you the authority. You'll not come across as another red flag guy, right? And offer, for logic part, you want to promote your offer by showing your client hitting record days, showing the payment dashboards, showing the before and after metrics, client testimonial calls, payment notifications if you are related anything to business, or if you are, let's say, a fitness coach, you show your client going from 110 kgs to 100 kgs within a single month. You are calling them and just literally asking your client, hey, how are you feeling? You are recording a call with your client where you are giving mindset advice, removing their old identity, breaking their limiting beliefs. So this is the type of content that generates emotion, plus it also justifies logically, okay, that guy's unique, that guy's likable, he is like me, he goes to gym, he eat clean, he's so that's how they form association with you. That's how you become a likable person. And if they like you, they will buy from you. The thing is, if you only post value, you are just another coach. You just become a commodity. And that's how Honia Carter differentiated from every personal branding guru out there, right? Because in her content, she's talking about her personality, her beliefs, her values, her stories, and what makes her special. She's also making the personal branding content, but she's also talking about her beliefs about client results, her belief about business, her beliefs about money, her beliefs about relationships. That's how people associate with you. That's how people like you. So this is a new content strategy for you. Instead of flexing, be likable, have a unique perspective, and tell your story, because prospects are buying you, not your coaching. Then the next lesson is don't sell in Instagram Reels. This is the worst thing you can do if you have an Instagram audience, because selling in your feed actually kills your reach. So what happens is, let's say this is a reel that you posted on Instagram, and the entire reel is designed for selling. If the audience doesn't find it interesting, they scroll past it. This reel will get way less views, right? So it's killing your reach, and it's not going to convert that well, because the thing is, on Instagram, the audience doesn't trust you, because this is, for example, this is the baseline trust that they need to buy from you. So IG audience, they are scattered below the baseline, because on IG you can only give a limited amount of value or a limited amount of beliefs or anything within 30 to 60 seconds. And if your video is anything longer than that, 90% of the people are going to skip, right? So this is what happens on IG. They are not interested in watching your reel because it's selling something, right? And most of the IG audience is new. So they are probably seeing your reel for the first time. And if you are selling in that, it's a losing situation for you, because the value is zero. They don't trust you enough. This is the baseline trust they need to buy from you. The duration is 30 to 60 seconds. So how you expect someone to watch 30-second reel and buy from you? So if you don't want your reach to go down, post any of these. So whenever you are recording a reel, it must have one of these things. So either it is made for the intention of entertainment or educating your ICP or inspire them. That's it. That's the three pillars that you need to follow on Instagram. If you are selling, if you are trying to convince them, that's not going to work on Instagram. As I told you again, people don't trust you enough on Instagram because of the duration and just the design of the platform, right? The only goal in Instagram Reel is to get a follow from your ICP, because once they follow you, they become a part of your ecosystem. They watch more of your reels. They watch more of your stories. So that's how you start the nurturing mechanism on Instagram, not by actually selling in the reel itself, but by selling through stories. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that's my Instagram. Now we are halfway there. Lesson number 8 is stories is the way to go on Instagram because of the people who are watching your stories. It's shown to warm leads. It builds the trust and authenticity that is required to buy from you, and it's create the FOMO and urgency every time you do a call to action in your stories. So average story viewer, they already follow you, they already watch your content regularly, and they are way more nurtured compared to somebody who's watching your reel on the reels tab, right? So they are the most warm lead that you can have on Instagram. So story viewers is the best quality of audience on Instagram that you can sell to. And posting daily stories, you make them realize if you follow the right structure, your offer is insanely valuable. You are not just another coach. You are posting stories about your beliefs, your worldviews, your opinions, moments with clients, moment with your family, and you are also sharing results. So you make them realize that your clients are getting incredible results. So what happens is they will feel stupid if they are not working with you. And here's the best weekly story sequence for you guys. On Monday, you want to do a client result story sequence with a hard call to action by having your offer in it. On Tuesday, you want to provide value. You want to break the limiting beliefs. You help them realize why they haven't achieved their goal because they are doing something wrong. So you call out their problem. You dig into the pain point and you make them realize that, hey, if you want to achieve your goal, you need to change. On Wednesday, what do? You share a personal story that inspires them. Maybe it's your future goals, your journey, your turning points in your journey, and the risks that you took to reach there. On Thursdays, what you have to do is again, you share your personal wins and results. So it's like, hey, this guy is also successful. His clients are also successful. So I have to work with this guy. Payment screenshots, workouts, anything personal. Don't just post client results. You have to post your wins too. Whatever you consider as a win, just post it. It must be personal. On Friday, you do a soft call to action for a resource. So maybe you posted a YouTube video and that video solves a specific problem for your ideal clients. So you do a soft call to action for that YouTube video, and you can do a direct one too, but I recommend you do a soft call to action for any free resource like any PDF, any YouTube videos, any trainings, private recordings, and all. On Saturday, you do general lifestyle pictures, let the momentum cool off. And on Sunday, you can do Q&As and you can do lifestyle videos. So this is the best structure out there for stories because it hits the both pillars, logic and emotion, right? You are only doing call to action on Monday and Friday 2 times a week, and even less than that because on Friday we are doing only a soft call to action, and on other days you are nurturing your audience and building trust and goodwill by sharing your personal stories, by sharing your worldviews, by providing them value, breaking their limiting beliefs, by sharing your client results. So that is why story sequences are the best thing on Instagram. But the thing is, never do more than this. You don't have to do any call to action more than 2 times a week unless you are doing a launch. Because what happens is, if you are posting story sequences just to sell them something, they form an association in their mind that he's always trying to sell me something on our stories. And then your story views will go down and nothing can save you from there, right? So stories is the best thing on Instagram. Next lesson, give away every best information you have for free. Now, this is by far the most important thing that I've done with my YouTube channel, with my client's YouTube channel. And this is the thing I've learned from analyzing Nero Knowledge's funnel. So his niche is obviously manifestation and how to attract your dream life. And he is making 60-minute videos every single week to solve the problem of his ideal clients through his YouTube, and he's giving out the best information that he have for free. Now, what happens is it nurtures the audience so well that he's making $300,000-$400,000 a month, and his offer is priced at $25,000 or even more to work with him one-on-one. And that's what happens when you give out so much value for free. You attract the best quality of clients that you can ever imagine. And that's what I'm doing with my clients, right? So videos like this, watch me close a $4,000 client from YouTube. I broke down my entire YouTube system of how I closing $5,000, $6,000 clients with YouTube by posting these videos. Again, this video is doing the same. So the lesson here is give so much value, your audience will go in value that they literally feel like, hey, I need to give back this guy something. He's just so good at what he did. He just tell me so many things that help me so much in my business, my relationship. And what you have to do is just don't gatekeep anything. Your private strategies that you use with your clients, anything that you have, any piece of information that can help people for free, you just give it out. But never make the mistake of giving everything away in a single time, because now why they will pay you, and this will be a disregard for the people who paid you. So what you have to do is, let's say this is your ICP and this is the goal they want to achieve. Now there is this gap, and this is the gap of information. This is the action steps that they need to take in order to go from this situation to this situation. Now what you do with your content is you give out all the information for free, but in pieces. Even your paid information, even the information that you give your clients to, but in bits and pieces. So still they have the information, they can still get some results, but if they want the full package, they have to work with you. And that's how you maintain the balance of kind of giving so much value that they are in value debt, but still having your offer, right? So just give out as much as you can. And the best lead gen hack that I've noticed in the past year is just release a course, 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. It does not matter. Just release a course. So for example, this guy, Caleb, he made a course on personal branding and it's 6 hours. And by analyzing his funnel, I've noticed this single video alone throughout the year have gave him more than 100,000 leads. Can you imagine 100,000 leads from a single video? And same thing with FXLXG. So he's a trader and he made a 10-hour course like going over trading strategies, mindset, and every single thing that you need. You'll get the best quality of leads and the most amount of leads in your entire business. So what you have to do is make a free course at least 3 hours, preferably more than 3, 4, 5 hours. So people watching it just stands out to them. They'll be like, hey, it's not another course. It's actually 5 hours of insane value in it, right? And what you have to do is promote it 10 times a day on every platform, on Instagram, on story sequences, on reels. What you have to do is just do a call to action that, hey, I have a full guide, a 6-hour guide on going over XYZ. If you want that, just comment the word, just DM me the word and you send this video. So this is like your lead magnet. You post a free course, it also crush it on YouTube. You also have your Instagram traffic coming to it, and this becomes a lead gen system alone, right? So you'll get more leads than you can ever imagine. And I've did it with my clients. So he's in wholesaling. What we did, we posted a 2-hour course going over how to start real estate wholesaling in 2026, and we booked around 30 to 40 calls from that single video alone. So guys, free courses is the best lead gen hack. And all you have to do is just make a 3-4 hour free course giving out the best pieces of information that you have. Then lesson number 10, a webinar is the best funnel right now. Period. People are doing anywhere between $100,000 a month all the way up to $5 million a month. Selby Sapp, she did $5 million in the month of Jan 2026. So webinars is the best funnel, right? So all you have to do is all the traffic from YouTube, Twitter, Reels, Instagram stories, you direct the traffic to a landing page, a simple landing page. You don't even need a VSL. So you just have a photo and your headline, how to step into high ticket sales with Selby Sapp. You can do something like how to make $10,000 within the next 60 days with trading, how to become a profitable trader, whatever it is, right? Then you have the time and a simple call to action to save your spot. So the landing page is super simple. As I told you in the lesson number 2, simple funnel makes the most amount of money. And below there, she is going over, okay, so this is for you if you have 9 to 5 job, if you want to live your dream life. Not for you, basically just reinforcing his ICP that, okay, hey, you are in 9 to 5, you don't want to go to jobs and all. So Selby is doing the webinar once a week and she did $5 million in January 2026. Now, everyone, if you are just starting out, I don't recommend webinars. So who should run webinars? If you have an IG audience, webinar will crush it for you, because as I told you, IG audience doesn't trust you enough. So having a 90-minute, 2-hour webinar, it will kill all the objections. It will nurture them so much that by the end of the webinar, they will be ready to book a call with your sales team. Or if you have a mid-ticket offer. So if you have an IG audience, run a webinar. It's going to crush it for you. Or if you are already running a VSL call funnel or DM funnel and you're going to hit a ceiling, you just implement the webinar and boom, you'll hit past the ceiling. If you are already doing $100,000 a month, you want to get to 200, 300, just implement webinars. If nothing's working for you, you're going to easily hit that. It's not easy to crack, but if you do, sky is the limit for it. And the best way to do it is just have a weekly webinar, and once a week you jump on a webinar with your audience. You have the slides and you can, once you get enough data, you can make the best possible slides, the best pre-webinar flow. And then for the people who didn't join up, you just send the VSL to an email list that, okay, if you haven't joined, you can have the recording. And then you also send a VSL. So people who joined, they are already nurtured up, they booked a call. People who didn't join, they see your emails and they book a call from that way. So this is the best way. You run webinar and VSL, both of them combined, and this is the best funnel right now. Lesson number 11 I learned is, if you come up with a new format in your niche, you will become the category of one. And this is the best piece of information when it comes to personal branding, because look at these formats. So Hormozi did this Shark Tank kind of format where a business owner comes up, instead of pitching him, he was pitching all the problems that they have. Then Hormozi solved these problems live on the YouTube video. So what happened is, instead of a boring case study video, think of it like case study packaged in a new format, because 90% of the audience is not interested in your case studies. They are interested in the value and entertainment that you provide. But if you come up with a new format, which is entertaining, engaging, and you did the basic stuff, because in this video, Hormozi is solving the problem. So indirectly, they are subconsciously believing that, okay, he is the authority, he knows what he's talking about. And the format actually helped him to go viral than his average YouTube views. Same thing for Nero. He come up with the whiteboard format in the manifestation niche. Before that, I don't think anyone was doing it. Now every manifestation coach is doing it, because Nero before that was doing faceless videos. And as soon as he switched the format, things literally blew up for him. And then this guy, so he's an e-com coach, I guess, and he come up with the format of this 1 millennial dropout 1v10 kind of format, where you have authority, and against the coach or against the person, you have 10 people asking questions, and then your coach is confronting the questions, giving them the right beliefs. So what this video is doing, it is indirectly nurturing the audience, giving them the right beliefs, giving them the right frame of reference to buy from him, but in a new format. So people don't even think it's a VSL, right? So that is the power of having a new format. And again, the thing is, if you come up with a new format, there is no competition for you. You become the category of one. You become the first guy to do this format in your niche. Because the thing is, if you do the normal value, lifestyle, and vlogs, you are in the red ocean. You are competing against millions of people. But if you literally think outside the box, your niche or competition remains there, and you become the category of one. So ecom coach with the new format, this will be you, and this will be your competition. So for Samir, this video was blue ocean, and it blew up on his channel. But if you are a beginner, if you are at level 1, if you haven't made your first sale online, if you haven't sold your first coaching, mentorship, etc., stick to what already works. Don't try to come up with anything new, because right now you don't have enough data to tell what works and what doesn't work. So stick to what already works. Once you have a certain amount of experience, you can jump to these trying new formats. And what you have to do is you have to look up to completely different niches. So for Hormozi, this is the Shark Tank kind of format, right? And right now, one of the format that I kind of think will work is Shark Tank format with entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs. So let's say if you are a coach, people coming to you and you are doing the Hormozi kind of thing. So building businesses live. This is also crushing it, but it will crush in the upcoming time. So again, new format is the best thing you can do with your personal brand. Lesson number 12 is every strategy works. Pick what suits you. And this is the best lesson that I have learned throughout these 2 years, because the thing is, every strategy works out there. And if somebody says this doesn't work, he's trying to sell you something of his own, right? But I can tell you, there are people who are posting once a day. There are people who are posting 3 to 5 times a day, and there are people posting 3 times a day on Instagram, and they are all making good amount of money. They are on an average making anywhere between $500,000 a month all the way up to $2 million a month. So you don't have to listen to a specific person. So this is about the content strategy. Now you will find a person who made $1 million a month with call funnels. You'll obviously find a people who are making $1 million a month with webinar, and you will always find people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars with DM funnels, right? So don't get caught up in the shiny object syndrome. If something's working for you, stick to it. Now, lesson number 13, sell before the call. As I told you again, most of the selling happens before the call ever happened. This is specifically for the people who are running webinars and VSL call funnels. So what you can do to maximize the show up rates, the trust, the authority, and the highest chances of getting them closed in the pre-call flow or pre-webinar flow. So how to do it is on the confirmation and thank you page, what you have to do is upload these videos. Now, these videos will literally take up your show up rates up to 40%. Now, the thing is, we naturally have questions and objections about the thing that we are buying, the offer, the services, etc., whatever you are selling. And we are nervous about the call. We are nervous about the webinar. Maybe you don't have enough time. Maybe you have some other objections. There are millions of objections in your ICP's head. The skepticism kicks in, and they are already framed in a certain way to think about online courses, online coaching programs, online mentorships, right? So your job is to increase their interest levels, hype them up, and frame them to believe and think in a certain way about your offer, about your services, about your product. So what you have to do is kill the skepticism and get them hyped up. And to do that, they need to consume a minimum amount of content that educates them and pre-handles the objections before the call or before the webinar, because they have immediate objections that need to be addressed to hype them up. If they are nervous before the call, maybe they don't have enough money or they don't trust the creator. So you have a video about it. Okay, so do creator XYZ does the business model himself. You have the video going over that objection, right? And along with it, they will do their due diligence. They will do their research anyway. So you might frame the information. The market is so saturated. The skepticism is at all-time high. All you have to do is make 60-second videos going over your FAQs that answers their questions while framing them in a way. How to do it? Record all of your sales call and just give it to AI and ask the frequently asked questions in the sales call. Top 5 to 10 questions, record 60-second videos going over the questions, objections, and framing them in a certain way with the right beliefs, and have them on your pre-call flow, like the confirmation page or thank you page, whatever you have. This is the first thing, because the thing is, this is the meter. So this is the sales meter. On this side, there are people who will not buy no matter what. And on this side, there are people who will buy no matter what. They'll call the closer, bro, just send me the payment link. And they are just the lay down closes, right? And your job through these videos and your pre-call assets, whatever you have, is to take this ICP or take this person from here to here as close as you can. So maybe they are here whenever they are entering your funnel. Now from your pre-call flow, they are in the gray zone. They still have some objections, but if you have good closer, it's an easy close, right? And the next thing and the best thing you can do is email flows to hype them up. The thing is, everybody is using generic emails. Either it's your webinar, either it's a VSL call funnel. They did the basic reminders. Hey, we have a call in 3 hours. Hey, webinar starts in 60 minutes. No, nobody opens those emails, right? 24 hours left, 30 minutes left. Hey, bro, please join. Nobody opens them. Instead, what you have to do is every email must be a value drop, going over their common objections, their beliefs, and frequently asked questions. So, for example, if you are running a BizOp offer, first email handles this objection. How fast can I make an ROI? Can it work for me? Email 2. I am a beginner. Will it work for me? Email 3. And now what you can do, you can increase the volume because everybody loves to consume value and solve their problems. So in the emails, you are hyping them up for the webinar and giving them actual sauce inside these emails. And you can also increase the volume because now everybody opens your email and love the value inside them. And the third thing and last thing is having personalized sales conversation. So whenever somebody fills out the TIE form, your setter and dialer calls every lead within 2 minutes and they understand their situation and where they are at. After that, all you have to do is send them personalized sales assets before the call. Because the thing is, you don't know whatever the current situation actually is, whatever phase of life they are in. So let's say you have an e-com offer that you don't know if you do not have this process. So TIE form, then your team reaches out, then they understand the situation. If you don't have that flow, you don't know if he's an 18-year-old college student, if he's a corporate worker, or if he's in a construction job, right? But once you have this personalized conversation, you can actually send assets based on their specific situation. So 18-year-old, he might love the lifestyle videos that you post. 25-year-old, sorry, he will love the proof that you have. So you have to have personalized sales conversation. And if you are just starting out, you can have it really easily because let's say you are booking 3 to 5 to 10 sales call, you can do it by your own. Just call every single lead, understand their situation and send them pre-call assets that, hey, this video is going to help you. This case study is going to help you. Just consume them before the call. So this was lesson number 13. And the last lesson is if they relate, you win. The only thing that you need to worry about in your entire organic content is relating to your ICP. If they do not relate to you, they will not buy from you. But if they did relate to you, they did relate to the story you are telling, they can actually see the future version of them inside you, or they can see the struggles that you have been through, the stories that you have, your events, your losses. That will actually makes you a real human. That is what connects you to your audience, to your ICPs. And if they relate to you, you've already won 60% of the battle. You just need a decent enough mechanism to convert the desire to cash. And that's it. So these were the 14 lessons that I learned in the last 2 years. Now there's a lot more, but I'm thinking of doing episode 2 of this video. So drop in the comments if you want that. And again, guys, if you want my help to start or scale your info coaching consulting business, you can click on the first link in description and you can book a one-to-one call directly with me. And if you want me to implement any of the systems of strategies that I have discussed in this video, you can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is also linked below. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me on Instagram. But that's it for today, guys. See you in the next one.